Welcome to Movie News. Let's go over what's been going on in film for the past week now. So let's talk about the biggest story that's been going on the internet right now. James Gunn, who we've talked about, everyone's been talking about, fired by Disney from directing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, is now in talks to write and possibly direct a new Suicide Squad movie. So we're unsure whether or not this is a direct sequel or they're going to remake it completely. It's all kind of up in the air at this point, but with James Gunn on board, this is a huge blow to Marvel. It could either be a really good move on DC's part or just be a lesser version of Guardians of the Galaxy. Because let's be honest, Suicide Squad I think was trying to be that type of film when it first came out. And obviously it's nowhere near as good as Guardians of the Galaxy. So to get James Gunn on board for a movie like this, it could work. Since so much news revolves around superheroes, let's talk about Deadpool. Deadpool 2 is going to be re-released this Christmas, edited down to a PG-13 rating. That's right, the same movie, less violence, language, humor maybe, all to fit a more family-friendly format. Now they did say, well, this is the same movie, there is going to be 15 minutes of footage that we did not see in the original cut of Deadpool 2, and there's apparently even going to be a new character that we didn't see in that movie either. Honestly, my thought is that this is their way of testing out if Deadpool still works as a PG-13 movie, because let's be real, when Disney actually owns the rights to Deadpool, I don't know if it's going to be rated R anymore. The biggest casting announcement that we received this week was about Dwayne Johnson. It was announced that he is going to be starring as the folk legend John Henry in a Netflix original movie, John Henry and the Statesman. There's really not much else to say about that, but Dwayne Johnson is still making a lot of movies. Speaking of movies, World War Z was a movie back in 2013, and we were just updated this week that the sequel to it is going to begin production next year, 2019. So if you're really looking forward to seeing Brad Pitt fight more zombies, you still got some time to prepare yourself. So a movie that's actually going to start filming in early 2019 is Jared Leto's new movie, Morbius. So Morbius is a movie about a character sometimes titled Morbius the Living Vampire, and this character first appeared in the Spider-Man comics. And yes, this movie is expected to continue what is now being called the Sony Marvel Universe, because apparently Sony thinks that by making Venom and now Morbius that they can compete with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So now that Jared Leto has successfully crossed over from DC playing the Joker to now a Marvel character, I thought it'd be fun to recap where we are as he joins the list of actors and actresses who have made the jump from superhero movie to superhero movie. Since we're on the topic of the new Sony Marvel Universe, we can't forget that before Tom Hardy played Venom, he also played Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. And someone who had their hand in both the Spider-Man universe and the Batman universe was Michael Keaton, as he played Batman and Vulture. And along with Michael Keaton in Batman Returns, Michelle Pfeiffer played Catwoman, and then she later played the original Wasp in Ant-Man and the Wasp. So if you ever see Vulture and the Wasp interact in a new Marvel movie, just know it first happened in 1992. But since we're talking about Catwoman, it's also important to remember that aside from playing Storm in the X-Men movies, Halle Berry also tried Catwoman. It didn't go well at all. This one's a little stretch because it's not necessarily a superhero villain, I guess, more so just a character. But in the X-Men universe, Peter Dinklage plays Trask, and I think it was Days of Future Past, and also has the role of E-Tree in Infinity War. So Infinity War, good old Captain America. But please don't forget that before Chris Evans picked up the shield, he picked up the torch. Being the Human Torch was not good. And it was even worse when Michael B. Jordan picked it up, so thank God he redeemed himself playing Killmonger. Let's jump back a couple steps to Infinity War, talk about Thanos, Josh Brolin. Not only did he play the character Jonah Hex, he also played Cable in Deadpool 2. So yes, he does hold the record by playing 3 different comic book characters. While we talk about Deadpool, obviously, as we mentioned, Ryan Reynolds, who first played Green Lantern. Okay, that was a lot, but for the most part, all that to say, it's good when you play a second superhero character because it's usually much better. Besides maybe Tom Hardy, I don't know. So new trailers this week. The biggest one that everyone's talking about is the new movie Pet Sematary that's set to come out next year. So if you're unfamiliar, it's based off the Stephen King novel, and it was also a movie I think back in like the 80s, and it seems this trend is continuing of remaking Stephen King books that were once originally movies, and I'm all for it. This trailer looks so cool. Another trailer that I'm really excited to see but hasn't technically been released yet. But by the time I'm done filming this and this goes up on the internet, it should be out. So hopefully you have seen it. But it's the first trailer of Aladdin, which Will Smith teased us with a poster a couple days ago. So I know how much I just go off on Disney for making these remakes, but I still want to see this trailer. Box office numbers. Venom did take the #1 spot last week, beating out A Star Is Born. But will it hold the second week? I'm saying no. There are 4 different movies that are getting a wide release this weekend. First one is titled The Oath. I don't know much about it other than it's a dark comedy starring Tiffany Haddish and Ike. I don't even want to pronounce his last name. The guy from Blockers. Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween is coming out, which I am so excited about. The sequel to the very much successful first Goosebumps movie. Bad Times at the El Royale starring Jeff Bridges, John Hamm, Chris Hemsworth, Dakota Johnson, Nick Offerman, and so many more. But the movie that I think is going to take first place is First Man, starring Ryan Gosling as he teams up again with Damien Chazelle in what I hope is going to be the #1 movie, because it's definitely the movie I'm most excited to see this weekend. So that's all I got for movie news. Comment below if you like what you see. Let me know what movie you're most excited to see this weekend. Let me know your favorite actor who crossed superhero universes. Like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.